Hi, today I want to talk about torrents, so BitTorrents and that sort of thing. I never really used torrents, partly because I always thought that they used to confuse me, and this is my first proper experience of one, and it's uh, I'm downloading a Linux ISO, and yeah, and I'm using transmission. At the moment, it's in the seeding process. Now, I've looked up the terminology like seeding, leaching, so I've read up a bit because I have loads of time. This is taking ages. Um, but, it started me thinking about the things that kind of made me confused, um, and that sort of thing, and the sort of stigma that BitTorrent kind of has. Now, a torrent merely when it directs you to to the location of files. So let's say you want to download a file, you just go to the official website, download it, install. But with a torrent, what it does is you download the torrent and then you download it using a program like Transmission, which is, I know that's for Mac and Linux. Um, So in the case of what I'm downloading, this Linux distribution, that's perfectly fine because it's Linux. I'm completely allowed to do that, and there's nothing wrong. But there is the stigma about torrents when they hear torrents, they think, oh, you know, that it's all going to it's all illegal and bad. But it's not. It's only when you have something like um, videos or uh, music that you're doing. So let's say um, you're doing a torrent of Star Trek. Now that as much I love Star Trek, but that's illegal. Just to point out that kind of thing would be illegal, but that is if you got caught. But I'm not condoning um, torrenting because in this day and age of the what is becoming the Big Brother sort of environment that is the internet, everyone is watching you. I can't really afford to go in prison since I'm 17. And they have no internet, which would suck. But yeah, and so if you have, one thing that used to confuse me is I I didn't understand. I thought that you had to do all this sort of extracting, and then I got where do these files go? And when I started to download RARs, like RAR files, because it's um, that also confused me a bit. But it's actually when you do it, it's quite a good process. And actually, torrents, no matter what people think, the theory is that torrents are faster because instead of just downloading from one place, you're downloading from loads because your people can, if loads of other people are downloading the file, let's say it's a Linux distro, loads of people are also downloading that ISO, you know, you're you're good. Because the more people who are downloading, the more um the more kind of speed that you have, it'll be faster. So, and there is this idea in the torrent world, which I only just kind of found out about. Um, let's say you download something, then you will upload or you'll participate in sort of the peer idea. So just to make things faster, so it's about the community as well. And when people hear torrent, they think, oh, it's evil, and it's just. But there's this idea of a community around torrenting, and the more people who download a file, the torrent, the faster it will go for others. And you have, I mean, on transmission here, um, properties, it will say peers. I have two peers now. Okay, and trackers, 30. It says got a list of yeah, trackers. I think it's 80, and I have a list of 34 peers, and it updates every certain amount. Um, so yeah, there's two people. Um, there's these two people who are also downloading files, so they're now peers, and they're making it a lot faster for me. Um, which is good, and so that's what it's all about. And so yeah, there's this big stigma about it, but really, it's just a load of hype. And don't get caught up in that, because, you know, when you say torrent to someone, anyone who knows what they're talking about won't completely go on a paddy and start getting up their own bottom. But people who don't know what they're talking about, i.e. the government, they're, you know, they're just, they think that as soon as they hear the words torrent, they think, oh, it's illegal, you're downloading videos. But, you know, they don't understand. Firstly, they don't understand the first thing about torrents. They don't understand the idea of the community, and the idea that, you know, the free software community uses a lot of torrents. And I mean, the one thing I'd suggest about torrents, what two? One, don't do torrents that are illegal, because that's not good for you, and also it will spoil everything for everyone else, because people who are only doing torrenting for with free software, stuff that you're allowed to download, to torrent even, you know, it's, yeah, you'll be another case of, oh, someone is using torrents for bad, and then you'll spoil it for the rest of us, because more people will start thinking that torrents are just bad, which they're not. Two, my second point is it's that you can't you know, you can't take any chances. Like, you have to go to a good reputable site, you know, one that's trusted, so like BitTorrent or something like that. Or if you get a link off a site, make sure it's a good one, because within the torrent processing, someone could inject something into that, to whatever you're downloading, and it could cause spyware or viruses. It's a very common thing. But that said, it's only when you go to a dodgy site. So as long as you go to a trusted site, and you're downloading stuff that's good, and also if you have a good program, so I'm using transmission, you know, it's fine. I mean, it's a bit annoying, the seeding process, because it takes a while. But I mean, sometimes you'll have loads of people, and seeding will just go really fast. So it's just, in my case, it's not. Um, yeah, so this has been my video on torrenting, just to kill the time of this thing that's taking 2 hours, I think. So yeah, this is me, and thanks for watching. Subscribe, do all that other stuff that you always say at the end of videos. I don't particularly care, but you know, it would be nice. Comments and junk. Never said that before. See ya.